Do you ever wonder if not having any symptoms means that you are healthy? If you don't, what red flags should you be watching for that may be warning you that you've got something going on? I am Diane Thompson of KickButtHealthCoach.com. Subscribe for more tips on getting to a healthy weight and learning how to stay there. Do you believe that no symptoms equals you are not at risk for getting sick, developing heart disease, getting cancer, diabetes, or another autoimmune condition? In other words, do you believe that no symptoms means you are healthy? Is that really the truth? I get how you might be thinking that. Most people wait until they have a symptom that something is wrong before taking action for disease prevention. Let me ask you, who do you know who suddenly dropped dead from a massive heart attack? In half of all coronary artery disease cases, the first symptom is death. Half. The first symptom is death. I remember a fit triathlete who at the age of 60 dropped dead during a spin class, and also a friend who in her 40s dropped dead from a strenuous workout. Heart disease is still the number one killer of Americans, and it's not the only disease that has few to no symptoms. High blood pressure goes unnoticed in almost half of all the people that have elevated blood pressure. Before a cancer diagnosis, it takes years before one lonely cancer cell becomes a tumor that is detectable by our current technologies. Kathy, a friend of mine, had 10 breast mammograms before her cancer was diagnosed. So for 10 years straight, one per year, she had a mammogram, and it wasn't diagnosed until the 10th year. Inflammation is another condition that can be silent as well, and it leads to arthritis, cancer, heart disease, and even diabetes. So inflammation is the underlying case of many conditions today, and it's silent in most cases. So what's the answer then? How can you be proactive and prevent an illness and not just rely on no symptoms? Be aware of 3 important indicators to minimize your risk. The first one is family history, right? For different illnesses, and be sure to be monitoring those. If you have a family history of cancer, you want to make sure you're on top of all of the different tests, your mammogram, your colonoscopy, those kinds of things. So you want to be proactive and be monitoring whatever the risk factors are. This is a really big one. It's it's really close to the top. The third one's pretty big too, but the second one is your weight is a huge reflection of your current health. Only because you're not having any symptoms doesn't mean there's not something brewing. So your weight is a reflection of your activity level, your nutrition, how much stress you have in your life, hormonal influences that are happening, even hydration and gut health. So, and when you have a lot of extra weight, that's putting a lot of undue pressure on your joints that can cause damage and cause further inflammation in your joints. So how do you know your weight is putting you at risk? Well, there's 2 different ways. The first one is your BMI or your waist circumference. So one of the biggest risk factors in this country right now is being overweight or obese. And 75% of people in this country are currently overweight or obese. So your BMI is reflective of your risk, especially with heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. But it's not 100% reflective, because there are people who have a lot of muscle and they may have a high BMI. So it's not going to be especially reflective for people like that. Now, another one that's often used in combination with the BMI is something called your waist circumference. So with men, you want that waist circumference to be less than 40, and for women, less than 45. So here's another way to measure your risk using waist circumference. Take your height and in inches and divide it by 2. So I'm 5'2", that's 62 inches. That means my waist circumference should be 31 or better. The third thing is, evidence is overwhelming that living a healthy lifestyle that includes a healthy diet, proper sleep, hydration, all of those things will extend your life and can improve your health. So if you aren't addressing these 3 factors, you are at high risk for developing a health challenge. While there's no guarantee, we know that waiting until you have symptoms might be too late. It's up to you. You can wait until you start having symptoms, which unfortunately may be too late, like in the case of the 3 people that I mentioned. Or you can book your appointment with me to do a lifestyle review and get on a path of creating better health. Why wait? It's harder to reclaim your health once you start having symptoms like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar. Prevention of disease is way less expensive than treating sickness. For every dollar spent in prevention, you save as much as $10 in cost down the road. So schedule your free lifestyle evaluation to determine if you would benefit from a lifestyle overhaul. The link is in the description of this video. So if you got a lot of value from this video, please like it and share it with people that you know and love. So thanks so much for watching.